Can you delete that other video?
Do everything. Okay. Delete.
There we go.
Okay, go ahead.
We are live. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday. This is Finance Friday, the show where we give you the information that you need to help you create, grow, and protect your wealth. I'm Amy Novakovich, a certified financial planner and chartered retirement planning counselor. And you say some of your designations?
Sure. Stephen Harrington, certified financial planner as well as CFA, chartered financial analyst, and then on the tax side, actually an enrolled agent.
Wonderful. And I want to share this live right now. I can't tell which one
I got it.
is like actually. Oh, there we go. We are live.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
I deleted the other one, so you won't see it come up on your feed.
Oh, there we go. So live. So share this out because we are talking about the big buzz of SpaceX. There was so much hype around this. Wow. We are probably a week late to it, but never too late to talk about it because there was a lot of confusion around, can I get it? Can I buy it now? Could I buy it before? And what we were just talking about is actually this was the largest IPO by almost triple, almost, not quite, of the prior largest IPO, and only 4%, 4.2% of the shares were actually sold in IPO. Most of it was raised privately. So, first of all, if you want to get IPOs like this, because there's going to be bigger IPOs coming. So we have Anthropic probably coming, OpenAI, there's larger IPOs coming. You have to submit an indication of interest. So our firm was able to get it. We submitted our indication of interest, but we didn't even know what shares we were going to get until the day of.
Right.
Like the morning of, we found out how many shares we were getting allocated, and then we had to determine where they went. So you kind of have to be on top of it. You have to have a firm that submits that indication of interest and is willing to submit it across multiple clients.
And there's also a lot of confusion before because it's like, oh, these are only going to be made available to
Right.
institutions and accredited investors, and like a week
Typically
before,
the case.
yeah, typically, and then like a week before, it's like, oh, if you have Robinhood and you've got $100 to your name, oh yeah, you can buy into SpaceX as well. So
Yeah.
they opened it up to retail investors. So there was a lot of confusion. They actually wanted to delay the IPO because of that. So
Well,
a
they
lot
didn't
of
set a date right away because of all that.
there's a lot of confusion, a lot of volatility afterwards. So
Ultimately, it did get organized and did get done. And so now you can just go buy it on the open market like any other stock. And a lot of people did buy it right out of the gate on the day that it did come off IPO. So the IPO price, if you got in before it was on the public stock market, you got it at 135. At least that's if you bought it privately. Like if you were the one that contributed $10 billion to the 75 billion, you may not have gotten 135. But most of these retail IPO people got it at 135, including us. So it came right out of the gate. We lost a light. It's okay. We got it right out of the gate at 135, and then it instantly appreciated that first day up to like
significantly.
Was it 165 by the
160,
end of the day? And then the next day it was like
Let
185.
me pull up the graph.
I'm gonna pull up the chart.
Yeah.
And then it did hit a high of like 210, and then it instantly started to go back the other way. So,
Like this.
oh yeah, look at that. It was
So,
instant. Yeah,
211,
212,
219 at its peak.
second, 943 on June 16th. So now it's back down to 155. So should you buy it? Well, the first,
You got to understand it first before you.
yeah, and why don't you talk about what's profitable
Yeah. So
in the company?
when it comes to SpaceX, a lot of people don't understand kind of the business model of SpaceX. There's actually 3 segments to it. Most people know SpaceX, space exploration. So that's one segment. Actually, the segment that's actually producing revenue is Starlink. So
Which
this.
I have at home.
Oh, you have Starlink?
I do.
I was thinking about getting Starlink.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Starlink
great.
is the connectivity portion of the business. So I was just telling you before we went live, I could see, because this is the main revenue driver, years from now when SpaceX, the actual space exploration part, becomes profitable, I could see them spinning off Starlink
For
into
sure.
its own separate business.
But it was also talked about that SpaceX would swallow up Tesla.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of different rumors going around. Just be careful what you hear because obviously, as of right now, Tesla is still separate. But a lot of people were buying Tesla thinking it was going to get swallowed up
Right.
into SpaceX, and now they're talking about Starlink getting spun out of SpaceX.
That's
So-
my thought on Starlink. But so
Oh,
that's the second segment is Starlink, the internet. That's actually creating significant revenue for the company, for SpaceX.
Yeah.
Because if it was just the SpaceX piece, they'd be operating at a loss more significantly than they are already. And then the third segment is all of the AI components.
Grok.
So Grok, X, Twitter,
Mhm.
all of the AI pieces, which that has a heavy cost component that detracts from the profit from Starlink. So there's three segments to SpaceX. I think the actual exploration piece will pay dividends way in the future,
Down the
10
road.
plus years, once they,
Probably.
fine tune the technology.
I don't know, they move pretty fast, but
Fine,
we'll see.
that's true. That's a good point too. But they got to find a meteor to go and harvest and explore, all those things. So, but for right now, Starlink is providing significant revenue, and then eventually, I do think the AI component and
Yeah.
Grok and Twitter will.
But the
be
point is the
contributors.
stock right now is trading at a very high growth rate, projected possible growth rate.
Mhm.
So the revenue isn't actually hitting the books at $155 a share. So it is kind of a little bit speculative, but obviously
It's
a lot of people
euphoric right now because
Right.
it's
a lot of people
exciting.
just believe in the company, and that's why we wanted to just be a part of it too, because it was just historical. It was a huge IPO, again, almost triple of what the last largest IPO was. So super huge. And if you are now wanting to sell it, like maybe you did get it at the 135 and you're thinking you should sell it. By all means, we're not here to tell you to buy, to sell, to hold. SpaceX is brand new. It is a little bit more speculative.
We saw it with Newsmax or some more recent
Yeah.
IPOs. Yeah.
So
Facebook.
there's a typical Facebook. There's a typical track with these larger IPOs. They typically pop right away. Then, and when I say pop, I mean sometimes it's
Yeah.
huge, like double.
Well,
And SpaceX.
SpaceX went from 135 to 219.
Yeah, but
That popped significantly.
I guess so. But 219 was literally for like 1 minute.
Right.
Like it was not even. I mean, the market opened at 9:30. That happened in 15 minutes, and then it started to go back down. So it was the type of thing where super volatile, tons of volume, in and out. So if you're going to own SpaceX, I guess if I had to make a suggestion, which we're not making recommendations on this ever because we don't know your financial situation. But if you are a person that's more aggressive, and if you are a person that just wants to own SpaceX, I think owning it long term at this point is a pretty good strategy. If you're a day trader, which is something we do not do, then maybe it's something that you could get in and out
Get in
by
and
the
out,
day.
play with.
Yeah, because it is pretty volatile. Super volatile.
I think good long-term hold for sure. And then now you have to decide, all right, I've got different types of accounts, my brokerage, my traditional,
Yeah.
my Roth. Where do I put SpaceX? And if I was a long-term holder and I had each of those accounts, I'd put it in the Roth because it's got more growth potential.
And you
So
want
the
your
Roth-
higher growth investments in your tax-free account. The Roth is tax-free as long
For
as
sure.
you hold it 5 years. So yes, that is an excellent point. That
Thank you.
that you should hold it in your Roth. So I want to make another. No, it's not a point, but I think we recorded it. That we did a first live that we had to delete because we had audio issues. But we talked about the typical how an IPO works.
Mm.
And really, there's the underwriters, which is the companies that process the offering. Okay, and so you typically can only get in these IPOs if you're with one of the underwriters or if you put up significant dollars. But this one was open to retail, the public investor. So you would have had to put in, like we did, an indication of interest in order to even have a possibility of getting some. Now, for upcoming IPOs, it is yet to be known if it will be if it would be open to the retail investor. And you will just have to keep an eye on that. Maybe we'll talk about it. Maybe we'll do a live on it. But it hasn't even been announced.
Do you know when the next big IPO is coming? I'd have
I mean,
to look in.
I now get all the IPOs that Fidelity has access to, Schwab has access to. So we clear through Fidelity, Schwab, and Interactive Brokers. Clear just means that's where our clients' money is held. We don't hold client assets, and we're independent, so we use 3 different clearing firms. I get now notifications on every single IPO. There's more than what you would think right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot. It was quiet for a while where there wasn't hardly any IPOs, but there's a lot. I would say there's probably at this point now 3 a week.
Yeah.
And they're smaller, but I get these emails now. Do you want to take a part? Do you want to submit your indication of interest on these random companies? Some I have not even heard of. So it is kind of a crazy IPO market right now. So if you are interested in an IPO, you certainly can call us. We are submitting indications of interest for any clients that might want something in that. But doesn't guarantee that you get those shares, especially if they're not open to retail investors. Oh wow, 2 comments just popped up. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so anything else you want to know on SpaceX, right now it is just a regular stock, and most questions are revolving now. Should we buy it? Should we sell it? Should we hold it? And it's hard to even know. Like Steven said, like the revenue is all kind of a guess right now. So I would say if you're okay with being more aggressive, hold it longer term. If you're not, and this is not your aggressive money and you just wanted to be a part of the IPO, then hop out. I mean, you can go in and just click sell. But it was something that was kind of fun and historic.
And I think, yeah, definitely potential with SpaceX. Facebook had not a similar business model, but they operated at a loss for many years.
They did.
Until
They opened at,
flipped the profits.
I remember that. The IPO was like 35. It opened at like 55.
Yeah.
And then it tanked to like
Mhm.
$15 a share and then slowly clawed
And-
its way back
and
up.
what
It was
was-
insane.
What I think helped the Facebook stock during that time was Zuckerberg went out in public and said, I am not selling my shares. So
Right.
that helped kind of stabilize the price.
Right.
So because with SpaceX, 96% of the company is held by
Private.
Elon and insiders and people that have been there from the beginning. Only 4% is available to the public.
Right.
So it's super important what that 96% does. So if we
Because
do
after
own it,
180 days, I think it's 6-month mark, they can sell.
they can sell.
So they have a restriction. They cannot sell in the first 180 days. I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Isn't it 180? So they cannot sell in the first 180 days. So after that 6-month mark, we might see some crazy volatility because they can now get some of their money out and be liquid.
So the next year
It's going to be a little,
could be volatile. Could be buying opportunities if you're a long-term holder, but
and I think we covered all this.
yep.
So this is good. So any questions on SpaceX or any questions on future IPOs, feel free to reach out to us. We always talk about how if you are an advisor at a current firm that just feels like your hands are tied or you're looking for new opportunities, we're always open to that. Also, we wear red on Fridays, although you didn't wear red today.
I have.
He has a red tie.
I have my red tie.
Sometimes so he wears it. You
Yes.
take off your tie.
Sorry,
Oh my gosh.
I had Culver's. So.
To honor all those deployed, so thank you so much for serving our country. We appreciate you, and we're always thinking of you and praying for you. If you need to reach out to us, go to our website, novawealthmanagement.com, and click on Contact Us, and we are here.
Oh,
But thank you so
And current clients should go and Google review.
That's true. We have been growing in our Google reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. And now we're adding our risk assessment to our website. That's going to go up there too. So we will have a risk assessment on our website that you can go if you're curious about it's not your typical risk assessment. It's not like, what would you do? It's more like if the dollar amount, you put in a dollar amount and it will physically show you the dollar. Oh my gosh, my mother. That's my mom.
I thought she was talking about
She's
me.
talking to you, yeah. She's talking to Steven. Steven's mom. Hopefully, if people are watching this on replay, they're like not making it to the end.
That's
But thank you so much for being here. Happy Friday. Have an amazing weekend. And we will see you next time. Bye.